headed down to New Orleans to meet some friends of mine for the Mardi Gras. When I heard a voice from the past coming from a few rows back, and when I looked, I couldn't believe just what I saw. She said, I bet you don't remember me. And I said, only every other memory. You had a barbecue stain on my white t-shirt. You were killing me in that mini skirt, skipping rocks on the river by the railroad tracks. You had a suntan line and red lipstick. I worked so hard for that first kiss, and a heart don't forget, something like that.
McKinney ISD's finest play here. And on the air, it's game time. Game time.
Gone like a soldier in the Civil War, bang, bang. Gone like a 50
Fans, when it's time for a refreshment break, head to the concession stand for an ice-cold Coca-Cola. It's the perfect refreshment for fans thirsty from cheering on your favorite McKinney team. Coca-Cola. Taste the feeling.
You're listening to Game Time at McKinney ISD, the home of champions.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Al Alford Field for tonight's District 9 6A game between the Dallas Jesuit Rangers and your McKinney Lions. A special welcome is extended to our neighbors from Dallas for this exciting contest between these two fine schools. Tonight's event provides a showcase for the talent and skills of the students from each school through friendly competition, which is themed for all interscholastic events. Please demonstrate your appreciation for their efforts tonight with cheers, applause, and good sportsmanship. McKinney ISD welcomes everyone on behalf of Superintendent Dr. Rick McDaniels, Athletic Director Sean Pratt, Campus Coordinator Marcus Shaver, Head Baseball Coach Jeremy Price. For your convenience, concession facilities are located on the third base side of the complex, and restroom facilities are located on the first base side of the complex. Stop by the concession stand between innings and pick up a hamburger, nachos, cold drink, candy, and our world famous Lion Dogs. The use of alcoholic beverage or illegal drugs is prohibited on all school property, as well as the possession of illegal weapons or public gambling. The use of alcoholic tobacco product is forbidden on all school properties. You're reminded that spectators are not allowed on the field before, during, or after the game. Thank you for your attendance and cooperation. Now get ready to enjoy the special performance of these talented students from these two schools.
Home of McKinney ISD.
They're like amazing. Oh yeah.
And you're listening to Game Time.
Please direct your attention to the field as we welcome McKinney High baseball sponsor to participate in tonight's first pitch ceremony. Bahama Bucks and Raymond Bashir Slip away to the islands with the irresistible, delicious snow creation and extremely satisfying island smoothie. Nobody serves the ultimate tropical indulgence like Bahama Bucks. Visit the Bahama Bucks location to flavor your life. Coupons are available from Raymond and will be at the concession stand. Now fire one away, Raymond. Strike. Thank you, Bahama Bucks. Introducing the starting lineups for the visiting team, Jesuit Rangers. Leading off, playing shortstop, number 6, Connor Chavez. Batting second, playing second, number 3, Braxton Boyle. Batting third, pitching, number 2, Jack Lynch. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 6, Jalen Mack. Batting fifth, number 13, the right fielder, Garrett Rubin. Batting sixth, number 4, Jaden Woodson, center field. Batting seventh, third baseman, number 1, Tanner Jones. Playing first base, number 18, Caden Carlson. Batting eighth, number 14, playing left field, Cooper Shaw. Batting ninth, the catcher, number 7, Marco Marrero. Please welcome the remainder of the Dallas Jesuit Ranger team, head coach Brian Jones and his coaching staff.
Those of you that are
Starting base players. Now let's meet your McKinney Lions.
On
Number 1,
live
Dylan
streaming,
Dussett.
we welcome you
Number 2,
as
Chris
the McKinney Lions
Logston.
are introduced.
Number 3, Nick Madsen. Number 4, Will Rep. Number 8, Nathan Baker. Number 11, Robert Madsen. Number 12, Caleb Hammett. Number 15, Peyton Root. Number 17, Trenton Hoover. And number 23, Ryan Hallstrom.
This is Hallstrom's first game back from the disabled list. I hope that he can contribute.
Now introducing the starting lineup for your McKinney Lions. Playing shortstop, number 22, Josh Bostic. Playing third base, number 19, Bryce Johnson. Batting third, number 16, Seth Cox. Batting fourth, number 10, Kale Crucifix. Batting fifth, number 7, Josh McCroy. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 25, Murphy Bostic. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 7, Landon Kurtzmaz. Batting eighth, number 4, second baseman, Jack Card. Batting ninth, the catcher, number 2, Jesse Jones. And your DH tonight, number 21, Austin Odin. Please welcome Coach Jeremy Price, assistant coach Tanner Toyle, and Ryan Gross. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, please rise. Presenting the colors for tonight's are the cadets of McKinney High School Marine Corps Junior ROTC Color Guard. National Color Bearer, Caden Cadet Lance Corporal Christian Cruz. Marine Corps Organizational Color Bearer, Cadet Second Lieutenant Garrett Baycroft. Left Rifleman, Cadet Lance Corporal Hayden Hutzler. Right Rifleman, Cadet Private Gian Grant. Please welcome to the field Jordan Jonas from the McKinney High Choir as she leads us in honoring America with the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets reclaim, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
On the mound for your McKinney Lions, number 16, Seth Hunt. Seth Cox. Catching, number 2, Jesse Jones.
Don't wanna hear about it. Every single one's got a story to tell. Everyone knows about it.
All right.
Now batting number 24, Chavez.
All right, guys. We're here tonight at Al Alfred Field in McKinney, Texas, where the McKinney High School Lions are taking on the Dallas Jesuit Rangers, the only UIL school in the state of Texas allowed to recruit.
Whoa.
Oh, and look at it. We're getting our first pitch here, and Seth Cox throws it in there for a strike.
Yeah.
On the broadcast with me tonight is a special guest, someone I'm very close with in more ways than one. My father-in-law, Steve. Welcome, Steve.
Great to be here, Todd.
And look at that, a
little grounder.
little nubber to the pitcher, and he tosses it over to first base, Austin Oden, for out number
Now
one.
batting number 3, Boyle.
All right, guys, we'll in this first inning adjust some settings on our board here that might be coming across a little loud. But anyways, just work with us. Like we like to say at the McKinney High School baseball broadcast, we are amateurs, and we fully admit that. And we like to point out mistakes that we make because we're all just about having some fun here.
That's right.
All right. So welcome, Steve. So nice for you to join us tonight. Is this your first time at the ball field this season?
It is my first time. Yes, it is.
And that's okay. And what brings you to the field tonight? Is there a relationship you have to this baseball team?
There is a grandson who I understand is actually just been taken off the disabled list, or at least he's applied for that. He's been cleared to pitch, and so the young man may get a start here pretty soon.
All right, first pitch in to our second batter, and I am going to look for my roster
Braxton Boyle.
to see who's batting here. But
Yep. Braxton Boyle.
Braxton Boyle.
Yeah, second base.
We need to say congratulations to the Hammocks for winning.
We're hearing that over the PA. Once again, pointing out mistakes here in our broadcast and in our live public address announcer, but that's okay because we are a bunch of amateurs. We're a bunch of fathers and grandfathers that are just doing this for free and just love the great game of baseball.
And I'm sorry, if I talk over you a little bit there. Base hit.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, look at
To
that.
right center field. Nice solid line drive.
Now batting number 2, Lynch.
That's what can happen when the pitcher gets a little behind in the count. Isn't that right, Todd?
Yeah, that's the kind of expert color commentary that I knew you would deliver tonight. I'm more of an X's and O's guys. Can kind of say who's at bat and who's doing this and that. But when it comes to the great game of baseball and talking about strategy and different factors, you're the man. Ooh, nice curveball that was just a bit outside. And starts off the batter 1-0. Oh, and look there, Darren Woodson, NFL Hall of Famer, just walked into the stadium. His son, Jaden Woodson, is starting in center field tonight for the Jesuit Rangers. So we'll make sure if anyone is an anti-Cowboy fan that they have a conversation with him, maybe. All right, the count is 2-0. So I'm not sure if you know this, Mr. Griffin, but I should say Steve. The McKinney High School team is full of sophomores in the starting lineup. Seth Cox on the mound here is a sophomore. Not only is he a starting pitcher and first baseman on the baseball team, he has a very good chance of being our starting quarterback next year for the high school Lions.
My goodness, what a talented kid. Nice pickoff move there.
Yeah. He, as a freshman last year, he started on varsity, played first base the entire season, did not make an appearance on the mound, but I'm not sure if that's strategic or what have you in terms of Coach Price and his thoughts of a freshman playing, but has really taken a role as a starting pitcher this season and has had more success than failures. So the future is bright for this young man on the mound for McKinney High School.
And he's evened up the count here, so let's see if he can get back in control of this inning.
You'll listeners, you will find that throughout the broadcast this evening that both Steve and I will go back and forth as play-by-play and commentary individuals, but that's how we like to do it.
I'll just try not to talk over you, Todd.
Yeah, that's why you had that little button over there. You got to push the button to talk.
I used to be able to remember things like that.
Of course, you know, what most people don't know about Steve sitting next to me, in all the years that are on the calendar that he's lived, many of those years have been in the production business, the musical and sound audio engineering business. So I certainly have an expert at my side here when it comes to anything and everything.
But not as an engineer. More as a producer, arranger, and studio musician. But if I miss a few things on the old control board here, you can understand. Okay, let's see if he can get this out.
Fly ball to center field. Murphy Bostic is underneath it, and that should be a fairly easy catch. Oh no, he dropped it. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Todd, this is going to be a real test for Seth here. That's a real disappointment for him right there.
Now batting number 6, Mac.
He's got to shake that off now and bear down here.
I'd like to blame that on the transfer from the glove to the hand, but unfortunately that's not how the umpire saw it. And as you mentioned, we now have runners at first and second with one out.
You're right. That's a debatable call right there, isn't it?
And at the plate is number 6, Jalen Mack, DHing for Jesuit tonight. Batting from the left side.
Good start. Strike one.
I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Dan Baca and Mrs. Andre Baca, who at last minute's notice are filling in the concession stand, and they are the definition of true supporters of McKinney High School baseball. Thank you, Bacas.
Excellent off-speed pitch right there for a called strike 2.
Obviously, I'm a homer and appreciated that call, but that could have gone either way. That was really flirting on the edge of the strike zone there.
He flirted a little too far outside, but that was the pitch to make. Try to get him to swing at a bad pitch. Youngster from Jesuit had too good an eye.
So you forgot your guitar. I was kind of hoping we could do some strumming guitar play-by-play. That would have been kind of fun. Nice pitch there. Look at that.
Great at bat for Seth.
Now batting number 13, Ruben.
And he came back strong after that error that Murphy made out in center field.
And that's what the coaches and scouts always look for. Somebody who's mentally tough. He's got a good arm, but he's got to be able to shake off disappointment like that, and he is. Little chin music there.
Yeah. He, from my recollection of his last start, he's mixing in off speed at a greater frequency than he did last game. Anyways, just an observation.
Yeah. He wanted that pitch down, I think. Okay, he's got to come through with a quality pitch right now.
Yeah, this young man from Jesuit sure looks like an imposing.
That's it. That's exactly what he needed right there.
Yeah.
Right on the outside corner. Yeah.
Yeah, number 13, the batter for Jesuit, is their right fielder.
Yeah, and to take that pitch was the right thing to do, too. That was the pitcher's pitch.
Holy Toledo.
Holy Toledo.
Someone parked their car too close to the ball field.
I parked mine behind yours so that yours was between mine and the ballpark.
Well, that's the kind of wisdom that comes with your experience and age. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, look at that. Delayed called strike. But Seth confidently walked off the mound as soon as he let it go out of his hand. All right, guys, we'll be back in a minute here. After the first half of the first inning, it's scoreless.
We'd like to congratulate the Hammocks on winning the eat steak at the ballpark meal. If they have any extra, they said they will share. Pitching for the Jesuit, number 2, Jack Lynch. Catching, number 7, Marco Marrero. Now leading off for your McKinney-Lions, the shortstop, number 22, Josh Bostic.
All right, we are back in the bottom half of the first inning. And as our PA announcer just stated, Josh Bostic, who's led off all season for McKinney High, is stepping into the plate. Josh, the starting shortstop. And Josh is I don't have season stats in front of me like a good play-by-play and color commentary guy should have, but he's batting well over 300 on the season, if not around 400.
Boy, that's a wicked cut he can make there.
Yeah, his dad is one of his coaches, and the Bostic boys have never been shy at swinging the bat. And just like that, we're, the count is 1-2. Left-hander on the mound tonight for Jesuit, Jack Lynch. And a called third strike looking.
Whoa. That was authoritative.
Now batting for your McKinney-Lions is the third baseman, number 19, Bryce Johnson.
10 bands, 50 bands, 100 bands, man.
Boy, that walk-up song just is very inspirational to me.
Oh, you have a story to tell?
No, I just it's just more of a inner feeling that I got to work out.
I understand.
Boy, I know it's
In
only
fact,
been...
I feel your sentiment.
Yeah. Yeah, we can talk more about that as the game goes on.
Oh, I'm sure.
But, holy Toledo.
I'll tell you what, this youngster throws nothing but strikes.
Now batting the pitcher, number 16, Seth Cox.
I'm waiting for Lynch to throw a ball. I'm waiting for him to miss the strike zone the first time. There's another one. Is that 7 strikes in a row? Foul out of play.
We're very early in the game, but this umpire has a fairly wide strike zone, at least horizontally.
I'd say so, but consistently so.
Yeah. I'm certainly not saying it hasn't been fair, but you know what? Make him swing the bat.
Yep.
We're down 0-2, of course. As you stated, I don't think we've had. Well, we had one ball against when Josh was batting.
Yeah, we're having a little trouble getting on balance too. He's keeping the batters guessing. But let's see what Cox can do here. That was close.
One and 2 is the count. Grounder to second base makes the play at first to end the inning. So at the end of 1, we are scoreless. And we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Now batting number 4, Woodson.
right, we are back. The top of the second inning, and batting for Jesuit is number 4, center fielder Jaden Woodson. Called strike 1. Jaden Woodson is a senior, and he is a signed commitment to play baseball at the University of Texas.
Excellent.
And he hits a fly ball out to right center. And Josh McCrory, the right fielder, is under it. Josh called off Murphy.
Now batting number 1, Jones.
We got a inning of first there. First pitch strike, first out. That's how to respond.
Now batting is third baseman Tanner Jones, left-handed batter. And here's the pitch, and it's in there for a called strike.
That's a great pitch for Seth.
Yeah, he's looking sharp tonight.
Two can play this game of throwing nothing but strikes.
Yeah, another called strike. Quickly ahead 0-2. And here's the pitch. Outside for ball 1. And as you said earlier, you know, starting off the batter 0-2 with 2 fastballs, that was the pitch to throw there.
Absolutely.
See if you can
And the
have him
pitch
chase.
for the batter not to swing at, too.
Yeah.
There it is.
Grizzlies, baby, yeah!
K, buddy.
Yeah.
Now batting number 18, Carlson.
Not only a K, but a backwards K, if I'm correct.
Yep.
First baseman Caden Carlson at the plate.
Nothing but strikes. Boy, he baffled him on that. It was way out ahead. That's great. I like the looks of him this inning.
Yeah.
Seth is getting it down now.
Getting down to business. Looking up at the pitch count, Seth is sitting at 29 pitches. That first inning, he threw, I'm not sure exactly what it was, but probably around 20 pitches or so. And this inning is going much more efficiently for Seth.
That's right.
And the count's 1-2. Let's see if he can close it out here. Oh boy, that's a pitch that that I think I've seen the umpire call for a strike earlier in the game, but
That could be.
certainly is not unreasonable.
Absolutely not. No. Oh, he wanted that one down. Full count.
Fly ball to left field. Landon Kirkmaz is under it and makes the catch.
Yeah, baby!
And just like that, 3 up, 3 down. Efficient inning for Seth, and we go to the middle of the second, still scoreless.
the designated hitter, number 10, Kale Christophe.
All right, we are back. The bottom of the second inning, and here's the first pitch inside for ball one. So batting is Kale Christophe, the DH. Kale is another one of the sophomores on the starting varsity team. And he fouls the ball off to the first base side of the field into the Dolphin Pond. So Kale Christophe, a young man of Norwegian descent.
Oh, right next door to Sweden.
Yes, my socialist ancestry country, Sweden.
But they're getting less and less socialist, I understand.
True. Oh, look
Ooh,
at that.
solid.
That is going to drop for a base hit.
Yeah, baby.
Falls in front of the right fielder. Good opposite field hit for young Kale Christophe. And now coming to the plate is number
Now batting
7,
the right fielder,
Josh McCrory.
number 7, Josh McCrory.
Josh is a senior on the team. Worked his way up through the ranks over the years to find himself starting in right field this year. Takes the first pitch for ball one.
Wearing a famous player's number there. Fine outfielder for the New York Yankees. League named after him here, Mickey Mantle. Not much of a base stealing threat over at first base, Kale Christophe. Josh is showing bunt, and he pulls the bat back for ball two. Count is 2-1. Not sure you're aware, Steve, but McKinney High School varsity baseball is known to be very pro small ball. I like it.
You will see bunting in many instances. Foul ball, pop fly that is caught by the first baseman. So we have one out in the inning. And
Now batting the center fielder, number 25, Murphy Bostic.
Kane is in the building.
So as you heard, Murphy Bostic is at the plate. Hold on, my wife is asking me a question. I'm going to mute my microphone, interrupting me on the air, but that's okay.
And missing for ball one.
All right, so Murphy Bostic is the older brother of leadoff hitter Josh Bostic, in case you were wondering. Josh the junior, Murphy the senior. And Murphy will be moving on to play college baseball next year.
Where's that going to be, do you know?
He is playing at a Division II college in Oklahoma called East Central University in Ada, Oklahoma, on Highway 7. Do they call that historical Highway 7, or it's that highway in Oklahoma that's got some kind of some fun things to do.
Oh,
It's between.
I'm trying to place it.
You've been there. I know you and the missus went there in recent years. You drive up 35, and then when you get up to the Arbuckle Mountains, you head east. Yeah. Anyways, but
Gotcha.
So so he's heading up to that area of Oklahoma where he'll start his academic and athletic career. But more importantly, he's at bat right now, and he did hit a ball up the center.
Way too fast to get two on that, but
Yeah, the second
The leadoff.
baseman flipped that ball to the shortstop with his glove.
Now batting number 5, Landon Kirkmaz.
I'm not sure I felt anything in my gut there other than just vibration of my viscera. But that lead off, that walk-up song is kind of fun.
It is. Some vocorder going there.
Is that what that was? Vocorder?
Oh, I believe that's what that's still called. Made famous by the great Peter Frampton.
Oh.
For those of you interested in music trivia.
Oh, please, bring it on throughout the game. We this really is a show about everything.
Yes, baseball and all that implies.
That's right. All right, Landon Kirkmaz.
Ooh.
Missed it by that much.
That has been his trademark all season, is hitting a ground ball between the third baseman and shortstop. Of course, he is a left-handed batter.
Now batting the second baseman, number 20, Jack Card.
Yeah, they're not going to be trying the shift on him anytime soon.
Yeah. There seems to be a little miscommunication between the catcher and pitcher here. Quick conversation at the mound. Just to reset, and one thing we have to remember here is, we're not doing a radio broadcast, but more of a, the equivalent of a TV broadcast. So we don't have to, color everything per se, as if one is just listening, with their, that would be their auditory senses, right?
And that's good for us, because it'd be rough if our comments were their only contact with this game.
Yes. 2 outs, runners at first and second. Count is 0-1. Jack Card, the young Jack Card. Actually, he's not so young. He is a junior. But when I think of Jack Card, I think of him as the cute young boy growing up in the neighborhood that would play on my Little League team. I did form this young man's baseball habits early in his life. Of course, his dad and other coaches had the opportunity to break some of those misteachings.
I'm sure some of them were retained. Bostic jumping around there a little on second base, trying to pull that shortstop out of position.
Ball is
I
in
might drop
play.
in.
Right fielder's under it.
A little
make the
too much.
catch.
A little too much distance
Yep.
there.
And that ends the second inning. And we are scoreless. Otherwise known as 0-0. And we'll be right back.
I had a friend was a big baseball player back in high school. He could throw that speedball by you, make you look like a fool, boy. Saw him the other night at this roadside bar. I was walking in, he was walking out. We went back inside, sat down, had a few drinks, but all we kept talking about was glory days. Well, it passed you by, glory days, and the wind of the end of our glory days, glory days. Well, there's a girl that lives up the block. Back in school, she could turn all the boys' heads. Sometimes on a Friday, I'll stop by and have a few drinks.
Now batting number 14, Shaw.
Her husband Bobby, well, they split up. I guess it's
All right. After some intimate
All right.
conversation between innings here. We are back. And here we go with the first pitch. And it's just a bit inside that off-speed pitch.
He likes to start with that one, though, and it's worked for him. Change of speed there. Caught the batter a little late in the swing. Mixing up his pitches well tonight.
Ball put in play, and it drops into shallow right center. And the Jesuit Rangers lead off the inning with a runner at
Now
first.
batting number 24, Chavez.
So as we go through the 7 innings of this game, we have opportunities to talk about many things, including Texas Rangers, Tom Hicks, Nolan Ryan, John Daniels, and all that implies. Up, tried to lay down the bunt, but it does go foul.
The great Nolanus Magnus.
Nolanus Magnus.
Gentlemen, I've had the pleasure of meeting. Very fine man. Had a pretty strong right arm, too.
Oh. Have you had the opportunity to watch your Rangers at all this year? They've actually been surprisingly better than anticipated.
I believe that's the case, and so I'm beginning to get excited.
Obviously, it's been a small sample, but
With the Houston Astros only losing about one every 20 days, it's been a little rough.
yeah, they've won, I think, 12 in a row. But you know what? They're coming to town starting tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can stop that trend.
All right, our count is 1-1. Pitch is high for ball 2. I have received a text from a fan just requesting the sprinkling in of anything and everything music as it fits or doesn't fit. So feel free to keep that line of commentary going. Foul ball. Count is 2-2.
That could get a little too esoteric, I'm afraid, but we'll see what we can do. I was just recently, yesterday, just enjoying music by the vocal group Votus 8, who frequently performs, they're a British group, but they frequently perform here in Plano or we're in McKinney, but you understand what I mean.
A band of original music?
No, they're totally a cappella. The music I was listening to was composed by the British composer of the early 16th century, William Byrd.
Ah, yes.
A setting of Psalm 69.
Would that be Bird with a Y or an I?
It is with a Y.
I believe that is the English spelling of bird,
Well,
at least in this instance. Our count is full for those of you interested in the count.
Runner goes.
Ball is put into play, foul, and out of reach of the left fielder. That would have been quite a... oh, and there is Ryan Hallstrom making an appearance, delivering baseballs to the umpire.
Well, they just want to ease him into the game. They don't want to test that arm too early. So just carrying the ball to the umpire.
Yes.
We'll see if he can survive that.
Ryan Hallstrom being the grandson of my battery mate here. And the ball is put in play. Josh McCrory, the right fielder, underneath it and makes the catch for out number 1.
Now batting number 3, Boyle.
We're fortunate tonight to have a special guest doing the PA duties, Mr. John Forsyth, veteran PA announcer for McKinney High School Lions baseball of the previous 2 years. But maybe more importantly, hard line drive hit into left center field. And it is a stand-up double, and the runner from first is held up at third base. So, boy, that was hit hard.
That was, but strong throw, hitting the cutoff man. I believe me
Now
has
batting
saved us
number
a run
2,
right there.
Lynch.
So runners at second and third with 1 out. And the batter is the Jesuit DH, Jalen Mack. Let's see what Seth can do here.
Yeah. He got that wide strike again.
Starting out 0-1. Better than 1-0.
He needs to be careful right here. Might be better just to walk this guy if you get into that situation. Let's keep ahead of him. We're allowed to be Lions fans, aren't we?
Oh, sure. Yeah, we make no bones about it that we are the McKinney High School Baseball Lions internet streaming service. But at the same time, we're fair. We will recognize good baseball. And just as you say that,
A timely base hit.
Mack,
Aggressive base running, brings in a second run, moves the runner to second.
The right fielder, McCrory, bobbled the ball as he was picking it up, which allowed the runner to advance. That advancement was on an error. In my humble opinion, if I
Now
was
running at
the
second base,
scorekeeper.
number 9, Gavin Perryman.
Yeah, I couldn't see it. There was a post in the way.
Now batting number 6, Mack.
We do have some poles that interfere with our sight of view. And I was mistaken. I apologize. But that last batter was not Jalen Mack. It was Jack Lynch. And now Mack, the DH, is batting. So once again, we point out our mistakes on this broadcast, and all we can do is get better.
That's right.
I mean, heck, I didn't go to radio, television, film school.
And we can't get a whole lot worse. So
That's true.
there's that. What is that pitch? What does he consider that? It's a nice. It's. I don't think that's his. He's got his pitch faster than that, but almost everything he throws goes in to left-handed hitters.
Yeah.
Some more than others.
Yeah, that is not his standard curveball.
No, it's thrown harder than a curveball,
Yeah.
but doesn't have the dog leg snap of like a slider or something. But it works, and he commands it. That's the important thing. Ball 2, 2-1. Two runs in, a man in scoring position.
For our listeners that do enjoy the heavenly bodies, we will, in between innings, focus on the moon. It has moved up in the sky since our last viewing and is coming through with some nice detail. Hard ground ball to first base, played by Austin Oden, and he does touch the bag for the second
Now
out
batting
of the
number
inning.
13, Ruben.
Runner does advance to third base. But we are at 2 outs, so Seth's job is to focus on the batter here and close out this inning.
Whoa. That one floated in on the wrong side of the batter's head. Sometimes those breaking balls just get away.
Two and 0.
Seth is just pushing just a little bit, isn't he?
I think so. He started out the inning with a quick out, and since then has allowed 2 runs in. And hard ground ball hit to the third baseman,
Seth
Bryce
got,
Johnson.
Now batting number 4,
Seth
Woodson.
got the ball.
he got what he wanted,
Yep.
and but couldn't. Yeah, that was
Just
that's tough one to handle. I don't want to be too hard on our third base over there. I'm sure Tanner would agree, though, he should have had that. There's that pitch again. That's a great pitch to start with, and Jesuit isn't picking up on it. Looks hittable. Coach is probably telling him, lay off of that. See if you can get a better count. Yep, good. It's coming back. Struggled just a little bit for a couple of batters. And it cost him, but he's pulling himself together, it looks like here.
0-2 is the count. Little high and outside for ball 1. Seth is sitting at 57 pitches.
Looks like they expect Jaden to hit up the middle. You'll notice quite a gap between third and short. Got the third baseman pulled over to cover the line, I guess. He's got some room over there, but we'll see what happens here with his positioning.
Called strike 3.
And it doesn't matter where you
yeah.
position them with that.
All right, so after 3.5 innings, Jesuit is leading 3-0. McKinney High has
We
some
would
work
like
to
to
do.
welcome
We'll be right back.
some of our varsity players from last year returning for Easter break. Cole Valek, Dave Miller, Cooper Bird, Jason McConaughey. I'm not sure who's in the hoodie down there. And any other players that are returned. Welcome back. Now coming to plate for your McKinney Lions, the catcher, number 6, Jesse Jones.
All right, and we are back. Leading off the inning for McKinney is Jesse Jones, the catcher. Shows bunt, pulls the bat back for ball 1.
You think we'll see a little small ball this inning?
Potentially.
Well, nothing small about that. Authoritative cut there. Just couldn't quite reach that high fastball.
We have a special event happening tonight at the ball field, and that is Mr. and Mrs. Hammock are being served a steak dinner field side by candlelight. In between the innings, we will focus the camera down there, the kiss cam, and we'll get that on video. All right, the bunt is laid down, and it is successful. Look at that speed.
That was perfect, and Jones can really fly.
Yeah, baby.
Well, that call for small ball that you were,
Now batting the shortstop, number 22, Josh Bostic.
All right, I'm doing a little. We got some singing up in the PA booth here.
We've gone all the way from William Byrd to what's the guy's name? The Savage there in AC/DC.
That wasn't AC/DC.
No, who is that? I'm a little too old for this.
Is that Robert Plant? Was that?
No.
Was that Led Zeppelin?
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the Immigrant song, I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
If you say so.
Yeah. So runner at first base. So leadoff runner is on.
And he was the catcher too
and our ninth batter. And look at that. Oh, get back. Oh, he dropped it. All right, so line drive to the shortstop that was dropped. Potentially on
Now batting the third baseman,
purpose, I'm not quite sure. But
number 19.
Bottom line is they got
Bryce
the lead runner
Johnson
at second, but Josh Bostic ran out
that
throw
was
it first.
tricky for Cox to have a base running decision there. He wanted to get a good jump, and boy, that line drive caught him in the middle of the, between bases.
Now batting is Bryce Johnson, our third baseman.
When the ball was dropped,
I'm being interrupted here once again. I'm sorry.
When the ball was dropped, he just had to go for second. He was that. Ooh, wow! Hit batsman, take your base. That's about the first free gift we've gotten.
Now batting the pitcher, number 16, Seth Cox.
So Seth Cox walking up to Led Zeppelin as well. In fact, our normal PA announcer refers to Seth Cox as the tall, cool one, a nickname of Robert Plant. Anyways, just a little side note there. Runners at first and second with one out. Here's an opportunity for Seth to help his cause. And he does hit that hard that the center fielder Woodson chases down.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 10, Kale Crucifix.
That hit by Cox there, it kind of looked like one of my tee shots that I have in my dream. Just kind of a nice draw.
Yeah.
If it would have been more of a what do you call it? When you hit the ball off the tee and it just really cranks what do they call
I think
that?
you call that Tiger Wood.
No. Anyways, my golf terminology has escaped me, but bottom line is Woodson caught the ball and Seth was out.
Excellent contact, though. Just, that's baseball. That's what baseball do.
And the way baseball go.
Yes. To quote the great Ron Washington.
Christofek is quickly down 0-2. And just like that, strikes out to end the inning. All right, let's see if we can get our lovebirds on the camera here.
You guys are on the KISS camera down at the steak table. Thank you.
That is great. We got the hammocks to kiss for all of you watching online. Let me see if I can get this to focus in. You'll see that the Mr. and Mrs. Hammock are down there sitting by the gentleman that served them tonight. Oh, and they were served steak from Keaton Beef, one of the proud sponsors of McKinney High School baseball. Keaton Beef, where you can pick up the freshest beef at the McKinney Farmers Market on any Saturday morning. Welcome, Keaton Beef, where their slogan is Moo!
I think I'm going to try that sometime.
Now batting number 1, Jones.
All right.
We got a pitching change here, do we?
You are correct. On the mound for
Trevor.
the McKinney High School Lions is number
Trenton.
17, Trenton Hoover.
Sorry, Trenton. I said Trevor instead of Trenton. Trenton is much more original.
Oh, yes.
Now on the mound for your McKinney Lions, number 17, Trenton Hoover.
Trenton is a senior who has seen a good number of innings on the mound this year.
Evens up the count.
Seth Cox does stay in the game, moves over to first base. Count is 2-1.
Would you consider that a defensive or offensive move? Probably offense. I would imagine we're down in the game.
You know, I think more than anything, it's just a change of looks for the Jesuit, batters. Seth was around 60 pitches, if I remember correctly. Obviously, he
Well, I was just
has more in
referring.
him.
I was just referring to him the move to first base rather than
Now batting number
to the
18,
bench.
Carlson.
Yeah, he is the starting first baseman when he is not on the mound.
I
and
see.
So,
I didn't know that.
yeah. So 6 of one, half dozen of the other is, I guess, how you might say it.
Sure.
But leadoff hitter walks, and Jesuit starts the inning with their leadoff hitter on base. Count is 1-0. Little high, 2-0. Fairly decent crowd here at the ball game for a Thursday night game.
There you go. Even it up. No. First strike.
2-1 is the count.
That's it. Now we're even.
2-2. So, Steve, you came to the game today with a few little goodies in your hands. Looks like you changed out the microphone that was provided to you. What did you replace it with there?
I've replaced it with a Electro Voice RE16, which is a mic that doesn't change tone. I'll move in and out. See, I can move in and move out. It keeps the same tone. It's a professional mic, kind of expensive, but much more expensive was the other one. Maybe I'll use that the next time, a Neumann KM84.
Oh, Neumann. Look at that. Called third strike. Like
Yep.
it.
Yeah, baby.
All right. So
Now batting number 14, Shaw.
Maybe I'll change mics between the innings.
you know, that's totally up to you. You could play a little fun game, you know, guess the mic. But anyways.
The vast riches of the Steve Griffin microphone locker they are inexhaustible. I open the closet and just pull out treasures.
And just microphones fall out.
They really do. Those are from recording projects throughout the ages. Large diaphragm, small diaphragm, condensers, ribbon mics. That's what I need. I need to bring the big ribbon mic, you know, from the old days of radio. Put that on. We'd have to crank up. We'd have to change the board a little bit. But
is that? Oh boy, that was close. Throw over to first.
that's a great throw over there. Great pickoff move.
Is the ribbon mic? Is that what like you might see like a Rush Limbaugh sitting behind?
The Golden EIB microphone is a Electro Voice RE20, which is very similar to the one I'm using. It's kind of the upgrade of this, or this is sort of the slight compromise of that one.
All right.
Okay, straight away center field. Deep.
Yeah, Murphy went back the entire time until that
Now
ball
batting number 24, Chavez.
fell into his glove. But
That's right. He stayed right with
read
it.
well.
Yeah, he sure did.
But it was hit well.
The ribbon mics are from days a little bit more from the past, although they've made the last couple of decades a comeback because they're very velvety sounding. Great for strings and brass and recordings.
I like velvet.
The most famous one would be the RCA DX77, which is the mic that was used on You Bet Your Life with Groucho Marx. I believe it was the first mic that Johnny Carson used in 1961. They're kind of a big, kind of lozenge shape mic, but great sound.
Well, and I must say, you definitely have a face and a voice for radio, and are sounding very good through through that microphone.
Well, thank you very, very little.
No, you're a very good-looking man. In fact, your good looks have made their way to my children and grandchildren. So thank you for the genetics.
You're welcome. Of course, I'm 147 years old, so you know.
Well,
it's a
you're
little hard.
only about 20% the way to Methuselah, so you're doing good. Little Bible humor. Old Testament pre-flood humor.
That's right. Methuselah means judgment when I die.
What a beautiful throw down to second.
Yeah. That was very well executed. He just didn't quite get the runner, but boy, it was right on the bag. And he just needs I'm impressed with this catcher. I like catchers.
Unimpressed with the catcher?
I am impressed.
Oh, I thought you said you. Okay.
I am impressed.
He's a. Just want to clarify there. I don't want anyone to get the wrong.
Laid down the bunt, isn't he?
Yeah,
I think he laid down
did.
the bunt.
Yeah.
Good.
Fly ball to center field, and it's going to drop in. And there is a throw to home, but
that was a good idea to cut that off. That was smart. The throw looked like it was on line, but it was good to cut
Now
that off.
batting number 3.
Keep another runner out of scoring position. Shows the importance of hitting the cutoff man. They had no play at home, unfortunately for the Lions.
And we didn't pick anything up on our microphone down near the field, but it's feasible that the catcher did his job there, and barked the instruction whether to cut or not. And just like that,
Maybe I jinxed him.
well,
Shouldn't have said anything.
but little ball in the dirt there that allowed the runner from first to advance to second. We don't believe in jinxes.
No.
No, we don't believe in jinxes. In fact, we earlier this season had a no-hitter going, and I mentioned it. It was Prosper was throwing a no-hitter, and I mentioned it in about the 6th inning, saying that I don't believe in jinxes, and in the 7th inning, the no-hitter did end.
There you go.
That doesn't actually support my theory of I don't believe in jinxes, but I still stand that.
Shows that it doesn't prove that there are jinxes.
Yes. Count is 1-2. Runner at second base.
Okay, infield pop-up. Good. That's it. But the Rangers put one across the plate to increase their lead 4-0.
Testing. Mr. Hammond, how was your steak dinner tonight?
Fantastic.
Am I correct that this steak was Keaton beef?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's hear it for Keaton beef. All right, Mr. Rep, would you like to share anything with this experience this evening?
I just want to say I'm really setting the bar for next year. So next year when we have the round, I hope everybody participates. Maybe we do this at every game.
Every game, all right. Well, thank you for participating, and there's cold green beans down here for anyone that would like them.
Okay, we are back.
Now coming to the plate, the right fielder Number 7, Josh McCory.
And those that are audio buffs can listen for our Neumann KM84 here. I'll change the equalization just a little bit. It's got a little different sound. The Electro Voice mic is real dry. It's very accurate. It's very dry. The Neumann mic is warm and rich sounding.
Yeah, I do sense a little difference coming through the headphones here.
Also kind of overloads the board here. We need to be very careful.
That is interesting, yeah, because there does appear to be a little bit more sensitivity.
Yeah. I think it may be a little bit underpowered right now, but it's there you go. Things are clearing up.
All right.
But there's a lot more overtones and richness. You probably can't pick it up online, but that's what you end up with.
Well, now, your daughter and I did have a conversation during our childbirthing years of naming one of our children, at least a middle name, Neumann.
That would really be very interesting. After the great Georg Neumann, who really brought the first condenser microphones
Now batting the center fielder,
to the
number
market.
25,
He didn't invent them,
Murphy Bostic.
And I can assume that Neumann was a German.
Yes.
All right, Murphy Bostic at the plate. Leadoff runner McCrory was walked. And let's see if we can get something going here. Murphy takes the first pitch for strike 1. Score is Jesuit 4, McKinney 0 in the middle of the 4th inning.
Everybody clap your hands. Come on, y'all.
Would you by chance, Steve, be interested in a lion dog?
A lion dog? I've never seen a lion dog. I don't know what one
So
is.
the lion dog, first of all, it's world famous. Oh,
Good
look at that,
drive.
baby. That is up against the wall in left center field for a stand-up double, Murphy Bostic.
Yeah, baby.
All right, we got something going here.
All right, so back to the lion dog. Maybe the lion dog is what brought that out of Murphy. But, the world-famous lion
Now batting
dog.
the left fielder, number 5, Landon Kirkmaz.
So the lion dog is simply an Earl Campbell hot link on a bun.
Huh.
Now, I don't know if you can eat something spicy like that this close to bedtime, but I could make a call right now to Dan Baca to bring you a lion dog, because he is listening to this right now in the concession stand.
I see. You know that.
Clap your
Or
hands.
we have hamburgers or cheeseburgers or just regular hot dogs.
You know, if it wasn't Thursday night and I didn't have my Weight Watchers weigh-in tomorrow, I'd take you up on it.
All right, what about a cold water? I could have a cold water
Cold
delivered.
water would be wonderful.
Okay, so if someone in the concession stand hears this and would like to bring a cold water up to the concession booth for the elder Mr. Griffin, wise beyond his years, to wet his whistle, that would be great. Thank you. Let's see what kind of response we get.
I know your wife, the Weight Watchers leader, would be proud of me for declining the more caloric refreshment.
Yes, she would. And she will hear about this, I'm sure. She's probably listening right now.
She may be.
And just like that, Landon Kirkmaz is down looking. So 1 out in the inning, bringing up Jack Card with runners at second and third.
Now batting the second baseman, number 20, Jack Card.
We got to pick up these runs.
You only get so many opportunities in a game. Jack fouls off the first pitch.
I just got a text from your wife. Said, "Good job, Daddy."
So she is listening.
And I suppose that's got to be good job on the Weight Watchers program, not on the actual broadcast.
See, she's in this season of Easter. Jack Card goes down swinging for out number 2.
Boy, that was wicked.
Now coming to the plate, number 6, the catcher, Jesse Jones.
In the spirit of Easter, Celeste asked me to tempt you, and you did not give in to the temptation.
Satan, get behind me. Thou receivest not the things that pertain to Weight Watchers. For verily, thou doth put before me those things which a lesser man would fall prey to.
All right, 1-1 is the count. 2-1.
Just got a text from a couple other fans, my other daughter and my wife, of nearly 50 years.
Yes, amen, brother. So basically, we know that 3 people are listening to our broadcast.
Yes.
And they're all related to us.
That's right.
So they have to be listening. I did pay my eldest son to listen, but he's probably not. But anyways, we're just having fun. Picking up some wind on the
field mics. Well, we may have to get a better windshield for those. There's a microphone company called DPA. They make fantastic mics, but they actually have a windshield that will protect up to, I think, something like through 80-mile-an-hour winds, which is completely ridiculous.
If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do is to save every day till eternity passes away, just to spend them with you.
Now coming to the plate, the shortstop, number 22, Josh Bostic.
All right, well, we have quite an opportunity here.
Yes.
Base is loaded for our leadoff hitter. And our leadoff hitter is not only leading the team in batting average, but he leads the team in home runs. I mean, he's a leadoff power hitter.
Boy, I'd love to see a dinger right here. Let's just put one on the rooftop right out there. He took a whack at it, got a little under it. Boy.
And look at that.
He's got some power, though. He even got under it there. It was, 35 feet, something like that.
All right, fans, it is trivia time. Trivia time. First person to come to the press box and let me know what age did Nolan Ryan retire? We have a Canes gift card. What age did Nolan Ryan retire? First one to the press box. Come on, Cooper, you got it. Still don't have an answer. Still don't have an answer. Still don't have an answer. You can use your phone.
All right, Jack, help yourself out here, bud.
All right, we got a winner. 46. Now batting number 2, Lynch.
Oh, nice effort.
Thank you, Mr. Rep, for offering some cake to us up here, but we were tempted by lion dogs and did not give in, so we should not give in to cake either.
Amen.
All right, back to the game here. The leadoff hitter for Jesuit is down 0-2. So let me ask you this. You probably have an idea, Steve.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to make a little adjustment here that'll help that wind noise. Here, we're going to... In fact, what we need to do here is...
Strikeout swinging.
We need to... where's our low frequency cut? I know it's here somewhere. I'll just bring down the EQ. Do you hear how that's a low rumble, that wind? There we
batting
go.
number 6, Jalen Mack.
Okay, we rolled off 6 decibels at 100 hertz. And you'll notice the wind went away.
If you say so.
Still blowing out there, but the wind went away.
So is that like is that kind of like a what do you call it when you like run speakers through a
little pop up
to the third baseman,
third base side,
makes the play for out number 2. When you would like at a car stereo when you run sound like you're setting it to your subwoofer,
yeah,
and you run it through a
up next for the Rangers, number 13,
crossover,
to cut out the high frequencies. Is that kind of what you did here?
Yeah, I cut out the low frequency.
You cut out the lows. Yeah,
it's really just a fancy tone control, low, mid, and high.
Okay.
And so I just cut that down about 6 dB, and that firmed things up.
All right.
Just a little bit there.
Yeah, you can still hear it a little bit, but it doesn't
rumble
vibrate.
quite as much.
Yeah.
Let's try a slight boost in the upper mid-range. That may pick up the noise we want a little bit better.
All right, our count is 1-1 here. 2 outs in the inning. So next week, Tuesday, is our last home game of the season. And it is senior recognition night. And so the 10 seniors on the varsity team will be recognized on the field before the game, along with their parents. And it should be a festive evening. So everyone out there listening, watching, please join us if you can. Ball is put into play, and it is a home run over the right field wall.
I think that got a little help from the wind.
Yeah, the wind has really picked up here in the last 20 minutes or so, and that ball just didn't look like it was hit all that. I mean, obviously it was a well-hit ball because it went over the fence, but you know what? And that's all that matters.
Now batting for Jesuit, number 4, Jaden Woodson.
We have a new PA announcer. Mr. Scott Rapp has joined us in his familiar seat. The John Forsyth kept nice and warm. So Jaden Woodson hit a hard fly ball out to right center that I believe Josh McCrory made contact with his glove, but did not come up with the catch. And young Woodson finds himself with a stand-up triple.
Now batting for the Rangers, number 1, third baseman Tanner Jones.
A couple of hard hit balls. Here, got us back on our heels here a little. Trenton's just taking a couple of hard knocks here, and he just needs to bear down. That's it.
1-1 is the count. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Jesuit leading 5-0. And that's a hard ground ball hit between the first and second baseman, scoring Jaden Woodson.
Now batting number 18, Carlson.
I'm a little bit more of a homer. I wouldn't describe that as particularly hard hit. Maybe about 15 bounces through just right through the hole. It had eyes. I'm exaggerating. That was the right thing to do at the right time. Another run across for the Rangers. Jesuit has a long baseball tradition. It's a quality organization. I once rode home from Los Angeles between 2 Jesuit men involved with baseball.
Really?
I was in the middle seat on either side of me. One of the involved coaches, and then one that was former major league player for the Cleveland Indians, and has been coaching, or what do they call it, an advisor to talented boys.
Foul ball. Count is 1-2. Oh, we caught it out in the left field foul territory.
Boy, that is.
We
He
couldn't
ran a
see him.
long
Yeah,
way.
He was behind the fence.
Yeah. We
Well, all right.
can't see him from here.
So this car trip you were on, was it what kind of car was it?
It wasn't a car. It was an airplane.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was
an
in the
airplane.
center
Okay.
seat.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. We'll be right back.
Seasons don't feel the rainbow, nor do the wind, the sun, or the rain. Be like they are. Come on, baby, don't you feel the rainbow? Baby, take my hand, don't you feel the rainbow? We'll be able to fly, don't you feel the rainbow? Baby, I'm your man.
Now coming to the plate, the third baseman, number 19, Bryce Johnson.
10 bands, 50 bands, 100 bands, man. Let's just not even discuss it, man. OMG. Sleep, I ain't tripping, I'ma let him sleep. I ain't tripping, let him rest in peace. I can tell you how it happened.
All right, we're back, and Bryce Johnson is leading off for McKinney and takes that first pitch for a strike swinging.
And young Jack Lynch has really got our batters off balance. He is bearing down. This young man is showing us something tonight. Looks like he's even picked up the pace.
He's been a fairly quick pitcher all game, but you're right. It looks like he's even.
Yeah.
He wants to get home.
Yeah. I think he wants a lion dog.
There you go.
I think he's eating lion dogs, one batter at a time.
All right, 2-2 is the count. All right, the ball is in play. A short bouncer to second base, but he charges it and makes the play.
Now batting the first baseman, number 16, Seth Cox.
I've played violin one time on this walk-up song.
Really?
Yeah, with
Do you
with
recall?
it was with the so Richardson High School concert band, but they just needed one violin to do some of the solo violin stuff.
So they invited one of their private lesson teachers?
Yeah,
Because there wasn't a student good enough to do it?
the bet. J.J. Pierce. That's it.
Oh, okay.
J.J. Pierce High School. That's it. Many, many years ago. I was awesome.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, the next time you come and join me, maybe next season, you can bring a violin to add some special color to our broadcast.
Yes. Be happy to do it.
You know, not only has this wind picked up in speed, but it's kind of whipping all over the place. We have wind now, like blowing in through the PA booth here.
Yeah.
It feels kind of good, but not sure I'd want to be pitching in it.
I don't think I'd want to be fielding pop-ups in it either.
Seth goes down on.
Now coming to the
strike.
plate, the designated hitter, number 10, Kale Crucifix.
Designated hitter Kale Christofek is now at the plate. Takes the first pitch high for ball 1.
Boy, that's a nasty pitch. See that?
Yeah, I mean,
Gosh,
you,
right.
you wouldn't swing at that.
No. There it is again.
Yeah, there he said, well,
just
if you're going to call that a strike, I guess I better swing.
Yeah, yeah.
Down 1 and 2 with 2 outs.
And there it is. Just came in the kitchen and slammed the door. No, he's getting tougher. I don't mean to be negative, but when the kid's great, he's doing fine tonight.
It's going to be fun to watch this Jack Lynch. See where he goes from here.
Now batting number 14, Shaw.
All right, we're back. Top of the 6th inning. Jesuit leads 6-0. Trenton Hoover on the mound still. He's thrown 38 pitches over 2 innings. So the McKinney High School pitchers have been averaging close to 20 pitches an inning this game. When you do that, that probably indicates there's some runs being scored against you.
And that's really what's happened. It's not like there's been a lot of walks or even deep in the count a lot. It's just these guys have been hitting us.
Little rain is falling here at the ballpark. Fans have moved into the center of the stands where the great Al Alford Field does have covering.
What a beautiful park.
Al Alford Field, the only grass field in District 9-6A. And look at this. Oh, you got it, Josh? All right. That was a ball hit deep
Could
in
be
the
called
hole.
a hit. Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
batting number
that's
24,
a hit.
Chavez.
There it is.
You know, Josh has made that play several times this season, more than not. So, yeah, maybe the wet field had a little bit of a factor on that ball.
Quite possible.
And once again, Jesuit leads off an inning with their leadoff hitter on base. Bunt to the third baseman, but Seth is pulled off the bag at first, and the runner is safe.
That's the way baseball goes.
That was a pretty good fielding
Now batting number 3, Boyle.
by Bryce Johnson at third base.
Really was. It was just very well executed.
Yeah, and
Bunt,
that young
sacrifice
man,
bunt that just was a
Yeah.
little better than that.
and that young man has some wheels as well.
Yeah, he does.
So runners at first and second with no outs.
Braxton Boyle, it looks like at the plate. Oh, man.
Now that was a hard line
A
drive.
bullet.
Down the third base line. Scores the runner from second base, and there is a play at third, but the runner slides in right underneath the glove. And now we
batting
have
number 2,
runners
Lynch.
at second and third with no outs, and a score of 7-0.
And Jack Lynch is tuning it up even more. He does have, is that 82 pitches out there?
82
on the
pitches.
Yeah. But he seems to have some plenty of gas left.
And he is a pitcher that also is in the batting lineup. You know, it's,
Yeah.
You know, just in my over the years watching varsity high school baseball, you see it. I'd say about 50% of the time. Passed ball allows the runner from third to score.
I heard some kind of contact. Must have gone off our Jones's mask or something there. I thought it was a foul tip, but
maybe shin guard.
Yeah. Darn it.
It doesn't seem like an 8-0 game, but that's what we're looking at on the scoreboard. Seth Cox, first baseman, fields the ball on his own and tags first base for the out, but the runner from third does score. And now Jesuit leads 9-0 in the 6th inning. 1 out.
What we need a Jesuit meltdown.
Pinch hitting number 7. Marrero.
No one up in the bullpen for McKinney. So Coach Price is asking Trenton to get out of this. Fly ball to center field. Murphy Bostic is running, unable to get to the ball. And we have a stand-up double.
Now batting number 13, Ruben. Now running at second base, number 12, Julian.
Trenton Hoover throws in the first pitch for a swinging strike. Fly ball to right field.
Drops in for base hit. Not particularly particularly well hit, but tonight just seems to be their night.
They're hitting it where we ain't.
Now batting number 4, Woodson.
Yep.
I just received a scoring update that the McKinney Boyd Broncos.
A bullet to the left field.
And now bases are loaded with one out.
So what's happening at Boyd?
Yeah, so Boyd
Now batting number 1,
beat
Jones.
Plano tonight, and they swept Plano this week, and McKinney Boyd is sitting in really good position to qualify for postseason play. They will end their season next week against McKinney High School, home and away games on Tuesday and Friday. So McKinney will have an opportunity to play a little crosstown spoiler.
Sounds like fun and excitement.
In the northern suburbs.
And tonight, the excitement has been maybe from a Lions point of view, maybe the announcers for the for the feed.
Yeah, well, you know,
it's one of those nights, you know. It's a my goodness, what a drive!
Toledo.
Up,
hitting the gap, the right center field gap,
Yeah.
and that's scoring 3 runners. That is a base clearing double. Making it 12-0.
Well, I think they've got Trenton's number. At least tonight they do.
Now batting number 20, Chambers.
So this is an interesting situation. So these live streaming games that we're doing, you know, we're live streaming through YouTube, and as the administrator of these live stream events, I have gotten some emails from YouTube that have basically they gave me like a warning or two that there was potential copyright infringement, and what it is as you and I are sitting here broadcasting, and it's picking up sound of songs.
Oh,
Copyrighted songs are being picked up.
I see. Uh-huh.
And then it's so the game last week was broadcast, and about 48 hours after the game, it was no longer accessible because of copyrighted music that we were picking up.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And so, anyways, I got to figure out how to work around that, because it certainly is not our intent to be doing anything.
Well, I'll just have to bring my violin.
And you just be the music, all the walk-up music, and
I was joining in. I was trying, you know.
yeah. Yeah, I think we picked that up on the mics.
I would imagine you do.
All right.
Not-
We got Trenton has that.
Yeah.
Right, makes the play at first. 2 outs now.
Yeah, baby.
I wonder if they're going to leave Jack
Now batting number
Lynch
14, Shaw.
in after 82 pitches and a 12-0 lead. Why are they going to let him go ahead and finish the shutout if he can?
Yeah.
That might be too.
And you know, Jesuit is a team that I believe, obviously, them potentially sweeping McKinney High this week. They're sitting, I think, in 4th place in district, you know, which would qualify them for, postseason play. So they may need to factor that in.
Yeah. I definitely want Lynch in top form for postseason. He's a class act. Throws strikes, changes speeds,
Now pinch
changes
hitting,
looks,
number 19, Lazarus.
doesn't give away bases. You got to earn it. Good concentration. Jesuit is executed well behind him, however, too, so that helps. Outside and high, ball one. Again, missing outside. I don't think that glass of water ever materialized.
Yeah, that's pretty feeble.
Come on, Dan. What's
Dan is down there by himself?
Is Dan?
Well,
Come on.
Mrs. Bacchus is down there.
Yeah.
I thought they were Superman and Superwoman.
Captain Ball Machine is getting, he's
thirsty.
He's getting thirsty.
Yeah. The
Two balls, two strikes, one on, two out. Oh, whoa, just missed. I guess it was a little high. Count runs full. Okay, this should do it.
All right. Well,
nice work out there with that wind buffeting around. Even a routine pop-up is no guarantee.
Well, that was a rough inning for the McKinney-Lions.
Yeah. Yeah.
So after 6 and a half innings, or I'm sorry, after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 6 and a half innings. The score is 13-0 Jesuit.
Now coming to the plate, number 7, Josh McCrory.
All right, we are back in the bottom of the 6th inning. And if I am correct, the game could be run ruled.
What is the rule on that, Todd? Lynch is out here for this inning. Thought they might pull him out, but not the way he's throwing. Way outside with that pitch. Unusual for tonight. That's it. Another K.
Now batting number 25, center fielder, Murphy, Boston.
All right, so we have a visit to the mound here. So while we have this short break, let's do a few shout-outs. As the PA announcer mentioned, a lot of players from last year's team that have gone on to college are in town for the Easter weekend. And one of them is one of your favorite players that you had the opportunity to watch growing up and play with your grandson Ryan. Who was that?
The Brown Bullet, Matt Baca.
Yes, Matthew Chewbacca. Yes, Matthew the Brown Bullet Baca.
So a shout out to you from Captain Ball Machine to the Brown Bullet.
All right.
And he was one of a kind, man.
Yeah, that was you coined him that, I think, in the championship game when our boys were like 13, 14, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Those were some fun times.
Oh, they were.
When they're like in middle school, you know.
Oh yeah.
You know, when they win a game, they love it. When they lose a game, they forget about it after about an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we do have a pitching change here. So much like you were conjecturing, Jack Lynch, they did bring him back.
Yeah,
allowed him to get one out.
I'm not quite sure. Might have just been a firm pitch count.
Yeah.
You know. He didn't show much sign of tiring. There were a couple of wide ones, so he may have been getting just a little tired. Boy, he turned in a great performance. How many did he strike out tonight?
You know, I don't know.
7 or 8, something.
Yeah,
Quite a few.
Yeah, it wasn't like a 12, 13 strikeout performance, but there certainly were a good number.
Yeah.
And
pitching to contact, though, that's why I kept his pitch count down.
Yeah.
Now, if we were real announcers, we would be keeping score while we're doing this. But
we'll do that next year.
Yeah.
Don't
hold your breath over.
For a few games, I was doing both this as well as keeping score on what's called Game Changer. You might not be familiar with Game Changer.
I think I've seen Ryan Hallstrom.
It's an app. That it's pretty cool. But in the end, I was just doing too much, and I had to give something up.
Yeah.
And with this voice, I couldn't give up the the internet streaming.
Yes. Well, the real jobs are given to people who have a very strong background in professional baseball and broadcasting.
Yeah, but we're just at the high school level here.
Yeah.
No, there are some high schools that do bring in professionals. Do you know that?
Huh? No.
Well, you could probably guess. So earlier in the season, we had a non-district game against Highland Park, and they had this crew just show up right before game time, commandeering our PA booth.
Whoa.
And anyways, we made it work, but they were professionals. I mean, and they make Highland Park pays them good money to do that.
Well, I'm a professional, something.
That's true.
I don't know what. I'll tell you what. They didn't have a Neumann KM84. I guarantee you that.
They did not.
These mics are now used. They're about $900. I paid $275 for it. Of course, that was 1978.
Would you mind if I took that to the pawn shop after the game?
Yes, I would. All right.
All right, there you
got
go.
a free pass. Or see, I got.
Now coming to the plate, number 5.
See, you don't need the music coming over. You know, I'll do it free of royalties.
Yeah, I know.
I have been a BMI writer though, but I don't think they monitor my stuff anymore.
All right, Landon Kirkmaz lays down a
Oh,
bunt.
look at him go. Almost. Yeah, I was a BMI writer for with Fantasy Records, actually. Group was, when I was with it, it was called The 5 Good Reasons. And they went on tour with Creedence Clearwater. And but I went to Berkeley.
The 5 Good Reasons. That sounds like a band from the 60s.
Yeah, they changed the name, but I always liked that name.
Wait, did they morph into Brother Nigel's Proxy Party?
They did indeed.
Yeah, that sounds a little more going from the 5 Good Reasons to Brother Nigel's Proxy Party.
Uh-huh.
That's that makes sense. You know, kind of going from a 50s sound to more
1969. That made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Group led by the great David Ray.
David Ray. And look at that. So just as I was talking about earlier, this game has been run-ruled.
Yeah.
Jesuit winning 13-0 through 6 innings.
A pretty thorough annihilation of our beloved Lions.
Yeah, pretty much we got our arses kicked.
Yes. But
at the same time, it was a good time at the ball field.
Yep.
I mean, where would you rather be? I mean, there's a few places I'd rather be, but not many. Or those places I'd rather be, I can do after the game.
That's right.
Which I think is on the agenda for tonight. So, anyways, everyone, we appreciate it. Steve, thank you.
You are certainly welcome, Todd. I enjoyed it.
It was a good time. Captain
really
Steve.
Captain Ball Machine is signing off.
Signing off, and we will we'll see you for sure sometime next season. I will be back next week with another special guest broadcasting McKinney High School Lions baseball.
Well,
good night, everybody.
I'm sure it'll be a much better broadcast.
Good night.